I'll throw snowballs. Look at that. Damn. That was sick. If I see any witches or anything up here, I'll just throw a freaking snowball at it. Like, making no use of my time. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so see, I wasn't joking around. I was over there. Or Hero Brian or whatever. Whatever. Please don't leave me, girl. The track freaking bangs. I've been listening to Tyler's Igor album the last like 2 days, 3 days maybe even 4 days to be honest, but I've been listening to it. It's good. So good, in fact. Actually, here's another story. Here's a little story. I kept thinking, I'm like, I should tell more stories on here, and I'm like what? Like, what kind of stupid ass freaking stories? So, sometimes, a few years ago, I would house sit for my cousin. It was really fun. You know, I'd plan all kinds of stuff. I'd plan the whole weekend, like front to back. Like, what am I gonna do? So, okay, before I tell this story, I don't really drink. I've never been a big drinker. In 2019, when Igor dropped, I have it right at the top of the, right on the top of the nose there. You know, I know that kind of stuff. I was even more of a less drink guy. But, I was hyped up, obviously, for Igor. I was listening to the little snippet, videos that he was putting out, if you remember, or you've seen them. So I got pretty hyped up. I was like, and I knew that weekend that it came out, I was going to be over at my cousin's house sitting. So I was like, you know what? Let's ball out again, and just taking the initiative. I know that it sounds stupid, but I was also like, take this opportunity to get out of my comfort zone. But I made the mistake of drink choice. I don't know what I was doing, but I think I got either vodka or whiskey. And when I looked up things that I could mix it with, I don't really drink soda. I think that's the here all be all or whatever of why I made this mistake, is I don't really drink soda, and it, I felt like I would probably feel shitty if I drank soda, because I don't usually do that. So what I did, I was like, oh, I really love orange juice. And they said that it's good to, it's a good combo. I did that, and then I drank way too much, or too fast, or whatever, I don't know. But then, yeah, I felt real different real fast. All of a sudden, I just got real sick. That feels like a whole lifetime ago. Anyway, what I ended up doing, and thank God, I'm very thankful that I ended up making this choice. That day, as a lot of artists do, they put up, Tyler put up a limited edition vinyl for Igor that day, right then. And while I was listening to it too, I think it went up. And yeah, so I snagged the limited edition. I was like, you know what? I like Tyler. It might grow on me either way. Yeah, this just seems like a dope thing to have, because I like collecting. And yeah, it's literally one of my favorite albums of all time. So I'm just like, hell yes. I don't have a big collection or anything. My collection's pretty bad actually, but sometimes I just have the little foresight to snatch things up. There's something else I was gonna say. I was gonna save it until I finished that little story, but I can't remember what it was. Well, yeah, fuck it. Just go in here. We need that iron. Well, we're not getting it that way. Something's just telling me that this, yeah, not the way. Yeah, no. No. We're gonna need food. We're going to need... Damn. Okay, well, they're really screwing me. Or maybe... Hello? Is there any iron in here? You know what? We got enough J. Cole here, so I should just clip the audio anytime I say J. Cole. Just boost it 5,000,000%. Damn, we got seeds for days. Alright, well, maybe I have a whole civilization over here on this other side. Let's check that out. Maybe we got Brett over here. This is going way better than every other recording that I've played of Minecraft. I would like die on like the first night for some reason. The shit was just not going well. I would just consistently, oh yeah, I'm having huge flashbacks of just being very upset. I've definitely been here. How do we get to the top? The tippy top. This ain't it. This ain't it. And we're gonna be out of food here real quick. Took all the J. Cole out of that spot. Please be food in here, not just a torch. Okay. Alright, what is this? Now we were thinking. Ah. Okay. Something. Oh, wait. I have food this whole time. What am I doing? Would have been funny if I just, like, let myself die. Look at this! Yeah. Alright. We weren't just jerking around. We actually had a few things happening here. Nothing I'm too impressed with. R.I.P. to past me. I'll put that for him, for the Let's Play that you'll never see, or maybe you will. I don't know. You tell me. Leave a comment. Oh shit! That's about the last thing I did. And what kind of design was going on here? Are these done? I can't tell. Let's break one and find out. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, look at this piggly wiggly looking ass shit going on here. Actually, here's a little story as well. You're really gonna like this. I've been making all kinds of freaking mistakes the last couple days, so you know, here's a little something. I kept feeling like when I was telling some of these stories before, I feel like people are going to get the impression that I've never done anything for myself and I can't handle normal human life, and that could not be less of the case. My last person that I was seeing seemed to think that was the case based of something that they told me at one point, but I don't see why. I was more independent than them, so I think that's interesting. Anyway, but I do quite a bit of the shopping at our home, and I had some a shopping list, some requests. And usually there's not too much of that, not too many requests for goods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 or 7? I don't know. Whatever. Oops. And yeah, I guess we're fucked on that. Let's put this one right here. Yes, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Except for the fact that it's one too far. I don't know. Whatever. And it's also getting late and I'm just screwing around. Right here. Right here. Right? Yeah. Anyway. So, it's not too often. Well, alright, here's the real, this is the secret. I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. We're actually having a party. We're having a party. Don't tell anyone. So I had to get some stuff at the store. Well, I have this whole big list, and I made the vital mistake of I didn't want to go yesterday. I just didn't want to go. I was like, F this, I don't want to do that. I just had a rough day. was like, I just want to go home. So, guess what, MFer? That's what I did. I went home. I was like, I don't really want to, I'm not feeling it right now. I had a long day. It was kind of rough, kind of sucked. So, I just went home. But I made the mistake of then today, I left the list at home. So, you know what that means. I didn't want to stop all the way back home for the list and then go run back out to the store. I just didn't want to do that. That would just be a waste of my time. I just went to the store and I tried to remember as much of it as I could. And I completely forgot a couple key things on the list. So that's great. That's real great. And it's like stuff that I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably just going to have to run back out to the store. And you know what? Say what you will, but I kind of admire my decision. I'm kind of proud of my decision because sometimes, you know, all right, side note, sort of a side note, sort of also just part of the story. So, in my life, hear me out on this one. In my life, this seems to happen every time. If I was to, well, I guess like every time that I make the executive decision, if I would have went back for the list, I probably would have gotten to the store and been like, oh yeah, I don't even have to look at the list because I knew all this stuff was everything. You know, I started writing stuff down when I was at work. I was like, okay, so I need this, and this. This is the stuff that I remember. And what probably would have happened was if I came home, you know, just like miraculously, it's like literally like magic half the time, where it's like I would have remembered like all the key things that I needed from the store. I'm like, okay, I came home for no reason then because I already knew everything that I needed. But then it's like times like this when I'm always wrong. It just always seems to happen. Because it's like then I made the decision. I'm like, I think I got it. I think I remember all the key stuff that I need, and I forgot like one thing. And I'm like, damn it. You know, that's always how it goes. It's just stuff like that. But the thing that I was going to say was just that it's like, how do I express these things? This is like separate but together. Like, how do I express a thought like that? Because I've had people tell me, it's like, well, you're manifesting the bad energy. It's like, you know, you say that you're always wrong, so then you always are because that's what you already decided was the truth. It's like, okay, well, so what am I supposed to not, I'm just supposed to not express that feeling? Like, that just always happens. It's like, I don't think it. I'm like, you know, I got it this time. I got it. I have complete confidence in myself. And then it's like, it just happens. And it's happened so many times for so many years that I'm like, okay, well, like every time this happens, like I'm always just like to say that I'm wrong, you know, is a little, you know, that's just like a in the moment thing of me to say, to express, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, and I don't necessarily feel I'm wrong, but I just like, oh, well, you know what, I like failed or whatever. Again, it's like, I'm not upset with myself, but I definitely had that where people are like, well, that's why, because you're beating yourself up. You manifested it. And it's like, I know what people are saying. I've expressed stuff like that to my friends, and with them too, they felt the same way, where they're like, bro, like, you know, you're just, you know, you're setting yourself up for failure because you know, seem to expect, you know, bad things will happen. But like from an outsider's perspective, yeah, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. But my friends, at least, finally, they started coming around. We're like, dude, like you really are like cursed or something, because like if something is like a nine times out of 10 it'll work, I'll be the one time where it doesn't work, like every time. Again, it's not even like I try to manifest that. I don't. But it just happens, and it's just funny. And I try to tell my friends, I'm like, they sometimes my friends like, will be like, oh dude, you're lucky, man. Like you're a lucky dude, aren't you? It's like, when have I ever been lucky? And then I always tell them that, and it's like, dude, like I have the worst luck. Like if it's, again, I always tell people, like, if it's a 9 times out of 10 it'll work, I'll be the one time that it won't work. And I'm not even mad about it. It's just like, it's crazy that happens. And then isn't that like, doesn't that in turn, I'm flipping the script again. Isn't that in turn kind of lucky? Because then it's like predictable. Then you have like you're able to like predict what the outcome will be, because, stuff like that. It's like, again, that's why I don't like gamble, stuff like that. That's exactly how it starts, because it's like, oh, you get that every now and then where it's like, oh, I won, but I never, I never do. So it's like, in a lot of ways, it's like a blessing, I don't want to rely on anything, I've always said that. It's like, I don't want to rely on luck. So like, what even is luck? What is that, It's like, really, when you think about it, what even is luck? You can't control luck. You can be a lucky person. I think that is true, that some people are just luckier, right? Like, how not? How are some people just not, by, one facet or another, there's luckier people than me or other people? Just by coincidence, their name gets called for prizes more than me, or this, that, and whatever, however you want to look at it. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, then you might come to expect things to just like work out, and then it doesn't, and it's just, that would be annoying, wouldn't it? I don't know how I want to make this. Okay, these are all ones. So I'll do this one up, 1. Oh yeah, it can just be flat. What am I doing? What in the F am I doing? What in the freak? What in the Freddy Freaker am I doing? Again, I'm trying not to just be... I've never, who is Chris O'Neill? Never heard of him. Anyway. If I also mention that I've watched Chris's content for like a full decade now. He's been like one of my favorite just people forever. Like forever. That's crazy. That's really crazy.